Hi guys, and welcome back to my weird little channel. It is Harriet here today with a very honest video all about Botox, fillers, skin tightening treatments. Basically, what the fuck has this girl had done to her face? Because let me tell you, quite a lot. And I like being honest. I've never been shy about it. I've never hidden it. And I think some people respect that. Some people will hate me for it. But before I do this video, I just want to make sure it's clear that nothing's an ad. I haven't been paid to talk about anything, and I'm absolutely not promoting it or recommending people go and get it before doing their research. I'm going to speak about Dr. Nima, who does my skin and face, and I would highly recommend him if anyone does have further questions on it. But any questions in the comments are probably going to be best answered by a medical professional. So I'm going to run through in this video everything I've had done basically. And then this afternoon we have an appointment with Dr. Nima, and I'm going to take you along with me. We're having 3 things done this afternoon. So this video I'm going to focus on Botox, fillers, and treatments that can help tighten and help collagen production in the skin. I am going to do a separate video down the line on what day-to-day skincare I use, but I feel if I cram that into this video, it's going to be too long. Let's start from the top. I didn't touch my face until I was over 30. I think 31. My friend had thin lips, went in to get her lips done. She had a tiny amount put in, and it was the first person I've seen with lip filler and been like, do you know what? It's so nice and subtle. So I went and had that done, and I was petrified. And I guess that's where it all started. And since then, I found Dr. Nima online through a recommendation actually, and went to him one day. And ever since then, I've trusted that man with my life. He'll tell me what's going to look shit. He'll tell me absolutely not, Harriet, we're not doing that. Or he'll tell me this could be really good for you, because he knows what I would like to achieve, especially with my skin. Before we head to Dr. Nima this afternoon, I'm going to do a quick run through of everything I've had done, just for honesty purposes, in case anyone gives a shit. Botox and filler are obviously the two that have changed the shape and look of my face. I get Botox here in the forehead, in the frown line, which is the center one here, in my crow's feet and masseter muscles. These are for vanity reasons. This one is because I grind my teeth. So the Botox and the masseter muscles will shrink those muscles. It can change the shape of your jawline. Mine has changed, as you can see from the pictures, but I do think that's down a little bit to losing some fat in my face. I carry quite a lot of fat in my face, but it does change the shape of your jawline. So yeah, pure vanity, and this one is actually really helps if anyone does grind their teeth. It helps with that clenching, especially if you lift weights as well and find yourself clenching when you lift. As soon as that wears off for me, I start getting really bad headaches again. In terms of filler, I have had filler in my cheeks. That was over a year ago now, I think, and I'm not sure if I'd go back for a top up. I like having cheekbones. I don't really have cheekbones. I'm quite a chubby cheek gal. I didn't need the cheeks. I liked them at the time. Would I get them again? Probably not. I've had a little bit in my chin, and that is part of kind of facial profiling that Dr. Nima does. So when the masseter kind of slimmed my jaw down a bit, he just wanted to elongate that ever so slightly, just so it was nicely profiled. So he put a bit of filler in the chin. Fucking painful, that one. Again, it's not something I'd be like, must hurry down to get more chin filler. It's something he will look at and be like, okay, to kind of balance the profile, let's put a little bit here. Recently, I have had some filler in my nose. I know I didn't tell anyone about that one. Sorry, Mum. And it's just to kind of straighten it out a little bit. I had a little bump. It was nothing major. It can make your nose look slightly slimmer as well, but Nima showed me some incredible results that he got for a client. And it just changes the shape of your nose non-surgically. So it's a non-surgical nose job, they call it. And if you're clever with where you place the filler, it actually makes your nose look slimmer and cuter, and I just decided to try that, and I really like it, but I'm not sure anyone else has noticed. Back in the day, I did get tear trough filler as well, which is under here. But now, as you may have heard or seen, they do something called Polynucleotides, which is the salmon sperm DNA facial, which is recommended over things like tear trough filler. I'm going to go through in more detail exactly what it does, and so will Dr. Nima, but he recommends that now to kind of fill out those areas using those injections rather than putting filler under the eye. But back in the day, I did have that. I'd say that was 3 years ago now. So whether it's still there drastically, still making a difference, I have no idea. And that's that. In terms of skin treatments, I actually have a list of what I've had done over the years. As I said, didn't get any of these before 30, and the results have been phenomenal. My skin has completely transformed, and yes, that is partly down to the skincare too, but in terms of tightness, glow, texture, sun damage, these are all down to treatments that I've been recommended by Nima and invested in myself for my skin. So the ones I recommend highly are the Hydrafacial family. So Hydratite I have had, and I'm reading off this because this is what Nima has sent me because I want to get my facts straight. For people who want a deep cleanse while tackling the early signs of aging, in particular laxity and jowling. So that's Hydratite. I love that treatment. Hydrabrite, for those looking to brighten the skin or have pigmentation due to sun damage. That one changed my life. That's what we're going for this afternoon, so we'll speak about that in more detail. But the sun damage that I thought were freckles for so many years has cleared up so much. Incredible treatment. Hydragenesis is the third one. I have had this also. It is if you have combination of acne scarring, light pigmentation, dullness, and unevenness of skin tone. And the last one is Hydraglass, which is for that glass-like appearance, which I do believe I've also had as well. But there is another one I'm going to speak about, which I get more regularly than that, for that glossy, glowy, glass-like skin. So the Hydrafacial family is something I keep up with whenever I feel I need them. It's kind of like picking and choosing which ones are suited best in that time, but that is what I've had done there. In terms of kind of skin tightening and collagen treatments, polynucleotides are the salmon sperm DNA facial that are in the news a lot recently. And I've had this, I think, 2 or 3 times. Tiny little injections all over your face. Helps produce collagen and elastin on the face. So you are going to get that kind of plumper, tighter look. For tightening as well, I also get Hifu, which is ultrasound. So no needles, but it is quite painful. And I mainly get this on my chin. That's what we're going for today as well. And my jawline. And that's just to kind of tighten the skin in those areas. And that's what I get done. Oh, Exosomes. The other one I get for glowy, glass-like skin is incredible. And that is Exosomes. And that is so uninvasive. It basically feels like you're getting cold air sprayed on your face. The glow that gives you is insane. And that's everything I've done in terms of skin tightening, fillers, and Botox. And I believe it's made a fucking massive difference. So this afternoon, we are gonna go to Remedi, which is Dr. Nima's clinic. I am actually doing a hair treatment there at the moment for my baby hairs here, which are really, really thinning and going back ever so slightly. It's something I'm very paranoid about, so I'm doing a 6-week course, which we're going to speak you through to help kind of regrowth of hair in those specific areas. I'm also doing Hifu under the chin today, which is the tightening here, and I'm doing Hydrabrite, which is the laser for pigmentation. So I'm going to take you along with me. And here I am at Dr. Nima's clinic, Remedi London. I'm getting 3 treatments done today, one of which is for slight hair loss on my hairline. And the first step of that treatment is to get in the Cryochamber for 3 minutes, which I absolutely hate. Minus 87 degrees Celsius, showing what it's made of. Jeez! But Nima is here. He is going to tell you the benefits of why we do cryotherapy beforehand.
So obviously you're doing the hair restoration package, and the reason we do cryo is because when you're in the cryotherapy chamber you get something known as vasoconstriction of your blood vessels. And when you step out of the cryotherapy chamber, you get what we know as vasodilation. So when you're in, the blood vessels get smaller. As soon as you come out, you get this rebound vasodilation where the blood vessels expand. And when you do this, you get more blood going and more oxygen and more nutrients to where it needs to go. And in particular, in this case, the scalp and the hair follicles. Just making sure the area is very clean when we want to microneedle the calecin into the scalp. Now, Calecim is a product that uses stem cells from the umbilical cord of the red deer. They are ethically sourced, and it's the highest concentration of stem cells.
The umbilical cord of a red
deer.
Yes.
Again, ethically
Stunning.
sourced.
Ethically sourced, everyone, before anyone comes for me.
So they don't impregnate them on purpose. But when they naturally give birth, they take the umbilical cord and then harvest the stem cells.
I've only had this treatment once before, and I'd say pain level for me last time was maybe like 6 out of 10. I missed my cardio today.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Ideally, we want around 2 millimeters of depth with the microneedling, because that's what research has shown is the optimal depth. But in some areas, obviously, we go slightly less. So we're microneedling the calecin into the scalp. And what the calecin does, as you said, it consists of stem cells and exosomes, which ultimately helps reduce inflammation. Inflammation is one of the leading causes of hair loss. And when you reduce inflammation, the hair follicles can get the required nutrients that they need.
You say my hair doesn't have required nutrients?
No, I'm not saying that, but obviously things like chronic stress can increase inflammation all over, which can lead to breakouts of acne, for example. Can lead to something known as telogen effluvium, which is ultimately hair loss due to stress. So we're trying to reduce the negative effects of cortisol here. So you obviously know you can't wash your hair for 24 hours.
No washing your hair for 24 hours.
No applying any products onto the area.
No applying any products into the area. And when do you see results?
Everyone's obviously different, but we review in around 6 weeks' time. So yeah, we'll see then where we're at. But people state that they feel that their hair is stronger and thicker after around 2-3 weeks. I have this done myself.
Okay, here's luscious hair. Step 2 is...
This is the EVR Laser, which is giving off different wavelengths of visible light to help, again, reduce inflammation and supercharge your mitochondria. And the mitochondria are basically our energy powerhouses, which provide energy to all of our cellular pathways. So this should help stimulate hair growth.
I don't understand a word. I don't know if anyone else does.
Thanks.
You could be speaking another language. There's too many big words in there for me.
So mitochondria are our energy powerhouses within the cells, and once you stimulate them, they produce more energy. Okay, and the higher the energy, the more the cells are likely to function better, including obviously your skin cells, your hair follicles, etc.
There you go. Apparently, Dr. Nima just told me that this laser, just this laser, improves your memory and focus.
Yep.
So, looks like we're all going to be buying a laser I asked him if I could just take it home and use it at home, and he said, yeah.
You can.
Well, so I'd just beat this into my head and my memory would be better.
Yeah, over time. It's not going to be straight away, but it takes time for these things to work. But yeah, the research on it is quite vast, and it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system and helps with focus, memory, concentration, and reduces signs of anxiety and depression.
Reduces signs of anxiety and depression?
Yeah, again, by stimulating the vagus nerve.
Fascinating. So next step is
the Dermlux Triwave MD, which is the most powerful LED in the world. And again, the way that this works, it supercharges your mitochondria and it also helps reduce inflammation.
I have to put goggles on for this one.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. How long?
10 minutes.
How long?
10 minutes.
What?
10.
I just came up with a whole new name concept doing that. I need my phone and just write it down. There's my
It's
phone.
on camera.
Oh, here it is. That was so good.
Meditation is what you basically did.
I was half asleep.
You're in a theta zone, you're in a theta brainwave state, and that's what that rebalance does. And when you're in a theta brainwave state, you literally manifest anything that you want. I'm telling you, it works.
Last step is what?
This step is the blasting exosomes into the hair using the Target Cool device, which is a CO2 device, which again has the important aspect of helping reduce inflammation in the scalp.
And this is the same treatment that a lot of people ask that I get on my skin.
Correct.
Exosomes
Yeah.
on my skin. The glowy,
So it helps
glassy.
stimulate collagen by around 600% and a thicker epidermis by around 300%.
And it makes
So,
such a difference on your skin. But this is in the hairline.
Correct. You ready?
Yeah.
It's going to feel slightly cold.
So as you can see, no marks, so not really any downtime on this treatment. Just feels a little crusty in the hairline. I mean, you're not allowed to wash it that evening, but that's it. No marks, nothing. Next treatment we are doing today is Hifu, which is a skin tightening treatment, and I get it on this chinny chin chin, and I've had it 3 times and I absolutely hate it because it's really painful in my opinion, and I've got a high pain threshold. So before we do that and show you and talk you through that, Nima makes me go in this weird rebalancing bed thing because apparently it's going to reduce my stress levels, help me relax.
Absolutely. 100%.
I just fall asleep, but whatever he says.
Love it.
What does it do?
So this is the Rebalancing Pulse. It's ultimately a mental health device that's based on applied neurosciences, and therefore it targets stress and therefore reduces stress-related health problems. Each session can reduce stress by around 60%, and what it does, it rebalances the nervous system, so it reduces your sympathetic, which is in the flight and flight mode, and enhances your parasympathetic, which is the rest digest. It also puts you in a theta brainwave state, and when you're in theta, you're in this meditative state where basically anything is possible and you can manifest anything that you want. And Harriet has just experienced that in the other room with the LED device.
I was half asleep and something came to me when I was half asleep, and he thinks it's manifestation and meditation, and I think I was just dreaming.
You were in the theta brainwave state is what you were in, which is why you came up with the ideas that you did. So yeah.
I'm a skeptic.
You are.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Brilliant.
Do I have to keep my eyes open?
Open or close is completely up to you.
So this is another thing about this treatment. I have to scrub my fake tan off.
Brilliant.
Can't have any fake tan
With any laser treatments,
with any laser treatment. Right, I absolutely hate this. I absolutely hate
You
this.
are going to be fine.
Get
it's
it
not going to be
done.
painful.
Get it done.
You're going to be okay. Positive thinking.
Get it done. But I'm going to keep going with this treatment until my double chin is gone, but if it doesn't go, Nima says the only other option is lipo. So if you see me walking around with a turtleneck in winter, no you didn't. Next step's lipo. Hear that? Say that again for the camera.
Fat dissolving injections. There are also other treatments such as cryolipolysis, Dermlux Laser.
But you don't agree with
I don't agree with fat dissolving injections.
Fat dissolving injections are a no-no. I basically do whatever this man tells me to do. And if he says no, it's no.
Shut up. It's fine to pay.
So it hurts less in more fatty area. It hurts the lower you went.
Correct.
So final treatment we're doing today is one that a lot of people often ask about when I post about it, and that is getting rid of sun damage.
Correct.
I thought for a long time that mine were just freckles. It is indeed sun damage. So I've had this treatment a lot, I'd say. Quite a few times.
You've had it a few times, but the issue is when we're constantly going away in hot climates where there's a lot of sun, if we are not, and I'm not saying you're not, but if we're not reapplying our SPF every 2 to 3 hours, then the UV rays can come back and damage the skin. So it's something that you kind of need to keep on top of.
It makes a huge difference. I'm a big fan of this treatment. I do wear SPF 50 every single day. I don't travel to hot climates that much. But yeah, I love it. But today, usually it's a Hydrabrite, it's called, and you get the Hydrafacial at the beginning.
Yeah.
Today we are just doing the Limelight IPL portion of it, which is the laser.
Which is the IPL, Intense Pulsed Light.
Intense Pulsed Light. I didn't know you could do forehead.
Can. What a cool. You ready? Mm-hmm. Well, you just tell me out of 10 how uncomfortable it is, okay? How uncomfortable is that?
6, 7. I'm feeling it's like...
Elastic band.
No, it's like sharp little mini burns. Like, or a hot elastic band hanging on your face. Do you need a certain number of sessions for this?
Depends on the individual, okay? But I would say at the very least 3 sessions. If we want to remove the majority of the pigmentation.
Throughout the year, or like?
3 weeks apart. 3 sessions, around 3 to 4 weeks apart.
Is this the one as well that gets worse before it gets better?
Correct. Pigmentation will get darker before it gets broken down and becomes lighter.
This is another thing about this treatment, yeah, you will notice slightly darker in the week or 2 after, but then it gets lighter.
Correct. Stunning.
Stunning!
A little bit red, that's absolutely normal. If you feel like you've got light sunburn, just make sure, which you do, wear SPF. I've already put on some for you. Yeah, we're good to go.
That is us done for the day. Okay, so we're back home after our afternoon with the legend that is Dr. Nima, looking fresh-faced. A little bit of redness here from the laser, and I will have a slightly sore jaw from the Hifu for the next couple of days, because I always do whenever I get that done. And as we mentioned, the pigmentation does get a little darker over the next couple of weeks after the Hydrabrite, but I never fucking notice. He tells me it gets darker. It's not like you get super dark spots all over your face. I never fucking notice. So yeah, chuffed with today's treatments because they have minimal downtime. I'm gonna end going through, I'd say, my top ones that I couldn't live without. Everything I've had done, because we know it's a fucking lot. What ones can I not live without? The salmon sperm DNA, polynucleotides, skin tightening rejuvenation injections. Love them, we'll continue to get them. We'll continue to get that salmon sperm in my face. Exosomes, which is what we had in my hair. Genuinely cannot preach rave, rant about this enough. No downtime, no pain. It's like feeling cold air blow on your face. It gives you the glossiest, glowiest, glass-like skin. I love it so much before a holiday, before an event, anything like that. Anytime you just want to feel glowy, can't recommend it enough. Absolutely brilliant. And the Hydrabrite, I do really think it's helped even out the skin tone and get rid of that pigmentation for me. So they are 3 of my absolute faves, and ones I truly, truly believe work and have made a difference to my skin. In terms of kind of fillers and Botox, I'll always continue getting Botox. Forehead, crow's feet, and my masseter muscles here because I grind my teeth, so that's for the jaw. I'll always have to get that one because I do grind my teeth a lot. Filler, I'm not as fussed about filler, and I don't get filler as much because that is something that does really change features in your face. I'd say I'm probably done with cheeks. I haven't had them done in ages, but I would absolutely not get any more put in there. Lips is probably the only one I'd keep on top of, to be honest, because I like having bigger lips than I was born with, and I don't think that's a crime. And, you know, each to their own. So I'd say they're my top ones, but thank you so much for coming along, watching. I hope you learned something. I hope the honesty helped with maybe any treatments you want to try. I just wanted to do a really honest video and be upfront about everything and go into it in a little bit more detail. So don't forget to subscribe. I can do more videos like this if you wish to see them. Just let me know in the comments, and see you later.